What are some differences between a pre-applied neurology education and a post-applied neurology education? One, I'm much more aware of my own vision. It changes, it's adaptable, it can get worse, it can get better. And prior to that, it wasn't something that I was aware of. It was getting worse. I knew that. I knew it was affecting how I could play my sport. I knew it was affecting me in class. I knew that it was getting blurrier, and I got contacts and glasses as the solution for that issue. Getting contacts and glasses led to its own issues. I didn't know that I was ultimately living with post-concussion syndrome, so everything was brighter, everything was louder than it probably was for other people. I had a magnitude of emotion that just kind of would just come out of nowhere. There was no gradual increase. It was just like ultra up, happy, excited, ultra depressed, down and low, and it was no rhyme or reason to when it's going to come. So ultimately, I like to think of it like if you're just thinking about a flag on a flagpole, like if you're on the pole, like it's very stable, like you're kind of cruising, nothing's really changing. But as soon as you get out to that flag, like if you're next to the pole, that flag is going to be, you're going to be moving back and forth, but still very close to that stable source. So it's not going to be crazy. For me, I would put my life at I'm holding on to the end in a windstorm. So I'm just getting whipped back and forth. And I think a lot of people that, whether they know it or not, dealing with post-concussion syndrome, if you just really never got back to normal after head injuries, it's likely that you didn't. We are just really good at compensating and normalizing. So that was applied neurology was, I didn't really think about these subconscious neck up processes like vision and hearing and inner ear balance and sensation, tongue, taste, respiration, breathing. Like it's all supposed to be subconscious. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to get to do anything. If we had to think about look left, look up, take a breath, what's feeling on my hand, like it would be overwhelming. That's all you could think about all day. So we have this just subconscious us going on always. And then there's the conscious us. I know that I like to read in the morning, so I did. I had my coffee. I chose what I wanted for breakfast. All that kind of stuff is much more what we're used to. And it's no surprise that we have spent our whole our pursuit of understanding us as humans on the body. The body is the representation of the brain. Like high level movement is what we have evolved to do. So it makes sense why we've spent so much time on what is the body doing? How can we interpret what the body is feeling? What are the structures? What are the things? Like what are all these things? If you look at 95% of the performance world, it's all from the neck down. We don't even consider neck up. Like I can't tell you how many videos of people like lifting weights, doing things for their body, where they're just staring at the floor with terrible posture. They aren't aware of any, like that sets posture from the neck up. From the neck up sets posture. You can pull all you want. You can go chest out, shoulders down and back, neck packed, all you want. You could get good looking posture, but it's going to be pretty rigid. It's not supposed to be something that you have to think about holding all the time. Chest up, shoulders down and back, chest up, shoulders down and back. It's not supposed to be that. So things that changed. I'm aware of my vision. I'm aware of good days I'm aware of when it's sharper and I'm doing better. I'm aware of it's a blurrier and I'm not at my best today. I'm aware of, am I seeing out of this eye? Or am I just seeing out of that eye? There's this thing called suppression, and I didn't really understand that I had it because I'm testing myself, and perception's weird. It's a weird thing. It's your own. No one else's perception is your perception. So I did the test and went, yeah, it's good enough. And that's what brains do. It's good enough. Don't use energy for that. Just leave it. Like we live, we survive, and that's all that matters foundationally. So if we want to go do all this awesome stuff, we want to change our lives, we want to add something, we actually have to we have to pursue hoaxing our brain into it. And the best way to do that is make it healthier. So take all of these subconscious processes, vision, balance, taste, respiration, just the protect your neck function, facial features, all of our eye movement, all of our head movements. They're all subconscious, but we can bring them to light to improve them. And when we just let them go back to what they were doing, we operate better. So I go for a walk every morning. Dr. Huberman, if you haven't watched or listened to his podcast, is freaking awesome. What a brilliant individual. He's got all of the things that behind his name too that you will respect by listening to him. You won't respect me because I don't have those letters and I don't work for one of those prestigious universities. But he does, and he's saying a lot of really awesome stuff. And one of them was a lot of our sleep cycle is set by circadian rhythms, and all of that is driven by light. Makes a whole lot of sense. So I'm aware of light sources. I never thought about it prior to this education. And so I go outside in the morning when it's earlier light. I go outside at night when it's that light going away. I don't use the overhead lights. I have lamps all over the house because the overhead light, and like those are like LED plate light, like they are intense. I would assume it's cheap and they last long. That's kind of the appeal of them. And they are freaking bright. I realized that more time with overhead lights for me, more time wound up. So I've got lamps, like my bathroom, I use a lamp, not the overhead light. My kitchen, I use a lamp, not the overhead light. Office, I've got 2 lamps. Reading, obviously, have a lamp. Like if I want it to be bright inside, it's all lamps and it's all below head height. There's something about, the sun being kind of constant throughout human history and being above us that really dictates kind of how we ebb and flow throughout our day. So I don't use them. I would like to get back to being able to use them at some level, just because sometimes I do want it lighter. But in the afternoon, it is something that I avoid all the time, and I feel a lot better. I feel a lot less wound up. I feel like it's easier to go get ready and go to bed. Just calmer generally, and again, coming from very hyperactive, very hard to turn off and shut down. Other things when it comes to vision, screens, but they matter. I wish they didn't, but I do not use a screen within an hour to 2 hours of waking up. Yeah, it's a different life. No, I am not on call for anybody. And it's by design. Like, I'll get to them. I don't feel bad. Like, I got a slew of texts at 6, 7, 8 p.m. last night. I'm not interested. Like, I am having dinner, or I'm cooking dinner, then I'm going to clean up, then I'm going to go for a walk, then I'm going to read, then I'm going to just wind down and go to bed. Like, I'm not interested in being on a screen on my phone at 6, 7, 8 p.m. When I have to, I shut it down no later than 7. And I try and be in bed by 10. So the evenings, I'm worse. That's why. If you've hit your head, you'll probably realize that you are much better at the start of your days and like earlier in the day than you are at the end of your day. Why? Because you've spent more time with slightly damaged systems operating, and they're kind of the hierarchy. So if you had to create a hierarchy out of how we work as a nervous system, vision, hands down, number 1, balance, number 2, movement, number 3. So those people that feel better after they've spent some time in their morning and they feel a lot better by the afternoon, it's because you've been using your movement system and you don't have a lot of hierarchy problems. As soon as you hit your head, now you're starting to deal with vision and balance stuff. As you have to use that all day, it gets worse. It gets tired. You get worse. You get tired. You get anxious. You get irritated. Maybe that shoulder, back, whatever pain starts creeping in and gets louder as the day goes on. So I know I need to be aware, very aware, between 3 p.m. and bedtime, because those are the times that I start falling apart historically, and it's getting much better. I fall apart a whole lot less, but it's still something that I really have to be aware of. So I'm not on a device. Sorry to anyone that's sending me texts 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. I'm not even looking at it. So it's not an ignoring you thing. And we live in a world right now where you actually, like, I feel like I have to set myself up so that people are, like, I'm so different. People have their phone on them all the time, and they have no thought on just sending a text, responding to that. Ding, answer it. Ding, answer it whenever it comes in. But I get so wound up and so off of who I want to be when I live like that, that head injuries are a blessing and a curse, I guess. Like, I can't live like that. I don't get notifications on my phone, period. I have the selection of, okay, I will turn off all, like, it's accessible, and all I get are phone call and text alerts. That's it. And not even visual. It's just the ding or the ring. That's it. It's not worth it. It's not worth, like, that is not life, in my opinion. I would much rather be better off in the real world than sitting on my couch just managing 5, 8 conversations, checking my email, going to YouTube, hitting Instagram. Like, it's exhausting, and I don't do it. It sent me so far the wrong direction. And again, I can kind of be I'm giving you an extreme side of the spectrum, but I guarantee you're dealing with something with it if you are living that lifestyle of responding to every notification, picking up your phone all the time, checking email even though you checked it 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. Nothing matters that much on your phone. Nothing. Nothing compared to real life. Being with the people that are in the room, thinking about the people that are in your life, much better than just constantly being on that thing. So I minimize my phone use every day. And if I feel like, oh, this person's going to have a problem with that, I just go, hey, this is when I'm on my phone. And no, I'm not on it all day. So I will check it. It's got a home base. It's at home right now on a table, and I will check it. I've checked it already today. It's 11:55. I opened it up at 11 and was up by 7. So up by 7, do my breathing drills, do some vision work, balance work and vestibular activation, get moving a little bit. Then I take the dog out for a walk. We're out for an hour. Walk him for 30, 40 minutes. Then I get him sprinting with the ball and tossing it. And then we're back and I meditate. Meditation has been a big, big game changer on if you have had head injuries and you are dealing with that negative loop spiraling. Like, meditation is a very, very important process to start. There is no result with it. Start with 30 seconds. Live with the nightmare. I did 2 minutes. Lived with it felt like an hour-long nightmare of being stuck in my own head. Now, I look forward to it. It is 30 minutes. I meditate 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, and it is a game changer. But it took a long time to get to that. I've meditated every day for over a year now. And before that was a good solid chunk too. So that is a very important part. I meditate, then I eat. Breakfasts are around brain health, gut health. I've tested them. If you didn't know, you can kind of be a food scientist for yourself. Temperature and heart rate should go up after you eat. So I tested all of my favorite foods and meals. Luckily, I just tested like I did. I've kind of got a rotation. It's like bacon and eggs. I tested my heart rate and temperature. I use a temp IR infrared thermometer for my temple. You just boop and get your temperature. And then I use a free app, or if I'm in a pinch, I'll just feel it. This is the best place to feel your own pulse if you want to know your own heart rate. Here has some contraindications just because it is blood flow right to your brain. So it's kind of like, do I really want to even spend 30 seconds reducing how much blood flow is going to my brain because I'm pressing on carotids? Why? When we have this. Simple. So I just count for 30 seconds or a minute, and I take those took those and ate and then retested. Bacon and eggs, heart rate and temperature went up. I went sick. I love that meal, so I don't eat it every day. I love bacon, and it's like a pack lasts 4 days. Open a pack or two a month. It's glorious, and it's very high quality pork. I didn't know that they're like heritage pork is kind of like pigs raised all natural. And then you have we of course we can throw them in a pen with their own slop, feed them garbage, and they'll still grow. We do that with humans all the time. Look at what we're doing. Sit in a room, sit in an office, eat a bunch of slop. You look like a slop. Weird. How many people are overweight, obese now? How many people are dealing with all sorts of health issues, comorbidities? We are the pigs and the chickens stuck in terrible conditions. And we just don't, whatever. Like, we're adaptable. We're very strong in that way. Animals just get sick and die. We get sick and we can kind of continue on for a pretty good amount of time. We're pretty dang resilient. So I tested that. I tested eggs and sourdough. I love sourdough bread. That was a learn on gut health. If you're going to eat bread, sourdough, fermented, good source, with no added ingredients is like the best bread to get. And then you got everything else. So you choose. I used to eat Dave's Killer Bread and all these seeds and stuff like that in it and whole grains, and it's just marketing, really. I actually was curious because I used to eat a ton of Dave's Killer Bread because it had protein and it had all these things, which doesn't matter. It's just marketing. It's like, if it's bread, there are 3 ingredients. We don't need to add everything else into it. Sunflower seeds, safflower oil, whatever. But I did not test well with Dave Killer's bread. Temperature and heart rate tested well with sourdough. So if you really want to know, test. No one will though. It's too hard. We live in a world where it's keep it silly and simple, dummy. Like, don't think, don't wonder. Don't be curious if this is the right way to do things. Just do it. You're making a lot of people a lot of money. Shut up. Like, that's how we operate. So I have breakfast, and other things that I'm much more considerate of is the screen time. Like, I started these videos. I have online clients. I have studying online. It is really easy for me to get some real tight neck tension, start getting some aches and pains that just kind of migrate throughout my body. Right now it's a foot, and neck is pretty tight. And then it's a little bit of like this mid back, but I know what pain is. Pain is a signal sent by my brain saying, hey man, you need to do something different. And I'm going, got it. I understand. Like, I need to manage this time because I'm moving. I've got a new job. I've got a new city to get, or town to get to know. I've got to integrate into a community. I've got to get to know everybody. I had the heartache of having to leave others that it just wasn't the right place for me at the right time. So it sucks. And saying goodbye to kids is miserable. I've had to do it too many times, but I can't lay out myself for them because I will eventually not be the person that I want to be for them. So I am on the pursuit of the right place for me to be able to dive head first into what I do. I just haven't found it yet. I haven't found the community. I haven't found the right thought processes around things. I wish I was simpler. I wish I could just say it's me, but I think I kind of evolved from the clan type of thing, the hunter-gatherer pack kind of vibe. Like, I really want to be a part of something. And I just haven't found, like, everyone's kind of using that something for their own reasons, but I want to use it for its own sake. Let's focus on growing this together, not nice, I can use it this way and maybe it grows, maybe it doesn't. I've learned that it's not how I can operate. So I am moving again, but every time I move, every time I change something, I learn tremendous amount of valuable things, and I get a little bit closer to the right feeling, the right environment for me to pursue. So outside of So the vision component is something that I have to be aware of, especially with this amount of screen time. It's affecting me. So I have eye cupping. I take away light and I just practice seeing black. I spend time outside looking off in the distance as much as I can. These little behaviors add up, but again, they're subconscious processes. It took a long time to get them into like a habit of focusing on them and bringing attention to them. Other things that I do for my vision, I do suppression work, I do Brock string work, I do saccades, smooth pursuits. Saccades are switching between targets quickly. Smooth pursuits are about tracking targets. Those are the biggest payoffs for me right now, and they have ebbed and flowed with time. Other considerations are noise. Like, I don't like being around noisy places. So as soon as I hear noise, like the lawnmowers, the blowers, the garbage trucks, whatever it is, I'm just aware of when they come and I just start closing things. It used to be I used to get caught like, why am I so anxious, irritated, angry, whatever? And then I realized, they've been going for 30 minutes next door. The worst I've just gotten so fortunate with the places that I've lived that I think 3 or 4 out of the last 6 or 7 places I've lived immediately start ripping down a house next door and start construction. That has been a heck of a challenge to grasp and not lose my mind over. Like, it has been a very big challenge, and it is loud noise early in the morning is one of the fastest ways for me to go from I'm doing good to I'm irritated, I'm upset, I'm negative, I'm critical, I'm judgmental, I'm just ripping that contractor a new one in my own head. Like, they literally used to show up because he wasn't okay at home, make some noise, feel better about it, sit down and have coffee for an hour. But he would start the noise at 7. It's like, this sucks. I know why you're doing it. It's because you can't be on your own. Like, I'm trying to do this on my own too. I'm trying to get comfortable being myself and being my own. Some people never get there. So what's his response? Get to a site as soon as you can make noise, feel better, have a cup of coffee and relax for an hour. Thanks, dude. That was for a freaking year. But it is what it is. I have dealt with it almost every place that I have lived. Other considerations, post-neurologic education. How I move. I explore movement. I want to know that I can move my shoulder in this direction and this direction. I want to know that I can move it up here. I want to know that I have flexibility and freedom of movement. So I'm not in a weight program because that says move this way over and over and over again and then add tension to it, which is a great way to learn how to move a very little amount. That's a tough one because everyone at some point is like, especially athletes, I need to get into lifting weights. I need to get into plyometric movement. How flexible are those movements? If they're not very flexible, you're probably actually increasing injury rates at some point, but you will get a positive for a little while. And that's kind of another thing that I am very aware of from a neurologic perspective. Novelty matters. You can do something new, your brain can love it, and then it can hate it. But you're not going to catch when it flips. So now you're doing all these things and you're breaking down. And you're going, well, why? I don't understand. Add something else. Add something else. Add something else. When in all reality, it could have easily been, you wanted to start lifting weights and you were back squatting and deadlifting as a single leg, like an athlete that operates on a single leg. It's pretty much all of them. You just got stronger in a way that is not your sport. So now when you need to go do your sport, your brain actually doesn't quite understand because you have put more load and more attention into a different sport. Like lifting weights is phenomenal. I'm not nothing against it, but it's a sport. And it's the only sport that says you need to play my sport to be better at your sport. I think we just didn't know enough. So it was, we need them to do something. And football is the most popular in our country, so everyone said, football lifts, so everyone lifts. And it's like, even they deal with all sorts of problems. And it's a large part probably because of that novelty experience of I started lifting weight. I felt faster for a bit. I felt like I changed direction better. Obviously like the look a lot more. This is right. And then a year go by, 2 years, 3 years, and now I'm starting to deal with back stuff, or groin stuff, or hip flexor stuff, or rotational stuff, or you name it. But we don't know what actually got us there. How I look at pain, major difference. I don't freak out about it. Like I've been on crutches, could not put any weight on my leg or on that foot. Would wake up in the morning and go, here we go. Completely not able to put weight on it, could not bear any of my own weight. Take a breath, understand that pain is an action signal. I've been burning it from both ends. I deserved this, unfortunately. Now it's time to go at it calm and cool and put together some drills and find out what my brain wants and needs to make this go away. And about 30 minutes later, I was weight bearing, able to walk off the crutches, but I needed those crutches just to get to the living room. Like if I didn't have them, I would have just crawled. I just rented them. I never went to the doctor. I didn't care what they thought structurally about my issue because I went, I've learned enough and it works for me. It never worked to go, okay, that's a structural problem. Go get a surgery. Or okay, that's a structural problem. Go into physical therapy. It's just like, it didn't work. So I needed to find other solutions. And that other solution was a thought change, a paradigm shift to how I think about pain. So it's frustrating. I still hate it. It's miserable, but I don't freak out about it. It's like, yeah, okay, pain. Let's start doing assessments. Let's see what we need. Oh, let me think back to exactly what I was doing when I got that pain response. Well, there was a drive before. I exhausted my eyes I was there early, so I tried to catch up on some email. I was on the screen, then I went onto the field, then I dropped, took a step, and pop. And an athletic trainer goes, 6 to 8 weeks, and it'll be like it never happened. I was back on field a week and 4 days later or something like that. And again, it was a lot of head movements. It was respiration stuff. It was walking and head movements. It was a couple different eye drills that were not going well. Like I actually filmed my assessments to go, oh, yeah, that's not helping. Fix that. Oh, leg feels a little bit better. And so pain that's probably one of the best gifts. I don't freak out about it. I don't wonder what happened. I don't need a picture of it. I don't need an MRI. I'm not looking for pills. I just need some time and a clear thought process. So I can get there with breathing and relaxing and reading and going, okay, let's film some work and let's see what we find. And let's put together drills based on what's not working well. And I find solutions. Other things that have changed. That, like, the pain one is probably the biggest. Like, I used to just go, like, it was just this threat. Like, oh my God, what did I do? Am I going to be okay? Like, you see it with kids all the time. Kid goes down and goes, my knee hurts. And everyone goes, did he blow his ACL out? Did he blow his meniscus? Did he rip it? What about his ACL? Oh no, hopefully it's not the unhappy triad. And I'm going, relax, breathe, calm down. Let's get your ankle moving. Let's get your hip moving. Let's get you off the field if it happened on the field and no one else is around. Like, I just don't entertain the, oh my God, they're structurally ruined mindset. I've learned enough and I've seen it work. I've seen it work on myself. I've seen it work with clients. I've seen it where you're fine. And if you move well and you move without pain or discomfort, why would you get a picture? Why would you be wondering, oh my God, what did I do? Like, we worry and wonder because we don't have a solution. So if there's a solution and it's My knee hurts. Oh God. 5 minutes later, oh, it's fine. Are you getting the picture? No, if you don't have a solution, you're going to go get the picture. If your knee keeps hurting and you keep worrying about it and it keeps hurting more and other people are coming to you going, it might be a meniscus. Look, there's swelling there. That could be ACL. Oh, you can't bend it that well, so it could be this one. People freak you out and you go, oh God, well, let me get to the prestigious white coat. They will save me. They will give me everything that I need. They will get me back. And they go through that process. But again, if you don't have pain and if you don't have a movement problem or any limitations, I would love to know, does that person now blow their ACL out more, or were we wrong? It's an honest question. I can't wait. I would love to see research start to do what in 2015 they did on spines. They took like 3,000 something individuals, healthy, no problems, took pictures of their spine, and insane amount of structural damage. Insane. Like by 20 years old, 30% of kids are having like some issue with the disc where if they took a picture of that in a clinic and like you'd be getting a back surgery. Did you know that there are actually clinics attached to surgery or there are chiropractic clinics attached to surgeons? So they go, oh, you got a back problem? Well, since you're here, let's get a picture. Ooh, look, disc. Go to my partner next door. And they literally just rinse and repeat back surgeries because they expect if 30% of 20-year-olds have that problem, cha-ching, we are making money. Because all we have to do is take the picture and show them and go, look, see that smudge? That's why you have pain. And you're into a surgery the next day. That is a business model, and what a terrifying one. So that honestly is the biggest thing that I am grateful for from a applied education in applied neurology is just how I look at pain and dysfunction. I don't look at it as something that a doctor needs to fix, something we need to surgically intervene on, or something that we need to medicate. I go, it is a puzzle. Something's wrong with their brain. I wonder what we need to do to resolve that issue. And that's what I do. And I don't like working with pain. I would love for other professionals that I'm not far enough out of it. So I kind of tend to put someone else's pain on me, empathically. And that's miserable. Trying to help someone with their pain and kind of feel the experience that goes on with them. I'm not strong enough for that yet. So I like to stay in the performance world, but kid keeps coming back, has problems, PT is not solving them, chiropractic's not solving them, massage therapy, whatever is not solving them. Okay, let's take a look at that. And typically we find good stuff, and I never look at that side of the problem. There's a saying out there, we can leave it at that. He who seeks solutions at the site of the problem is often lost. Meaning, my elbow hurts. Well, let's find out why your elbow hurts by looking at your elbow. That quote would say, that person's lost. And we are in a lost society when it comes to health, wellness, and performance because we've built it all on the understanding of the neck down without integrating the function of the neck up. And that it's not one or the other. I'm not saying, oh, ditch the body stuff. No, it got us here so that we could integrate and be very, very successful helping people if we just added the new information from the neck up. It is not separate. We made business models to make money on them being separate. Look at how many specialists we have in our world right now. Specialist is just, I don't know the whole picture. I'm the biggest generalist you can find, globalist. It all works together. So I need to understand as much of everything as I can at a practical level. Physiology can absolutely be practical, but not for me. I don't live in that world, but you could help a lot of people looking at their blood chemistry and all that kind of stuff. That's just not the world. That's not where I live. I live in coaching. So how can I understand an athlete better? I need to know how their eyes work. I need to know how their inner ear works. I need to know how their brainstem sets reflexive posture. I need to know about voluntary movement. I need to know about bilaterally coordinated movement. They are different areas of the brain. I need to know what strength training does. I need to know what Pilates could do. And the foundational understanding with applied neurology allows understanding of everything. It takes a lot of work. It's confusing. It's exhausting. I've beat my head back and forth over trying to grasp different concepts. But every time I do, it's like I just look at it and go, oh boy, the paradigm shift is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're getting to a point where the neck down work or the neck up work is not working anymore. We have an environment that is really, really challenging us. What we need to start doing is incorporating all of it. The neck up dictates the neck down dictates the neck up. They are feed forward loops. There are feed backward loops from brain to body, body to brain that we need to start understanding and applying, because it will change how we look at the day. It will change our behavior. I will get natural light. I will be aware of artificial light. I will be aware of calm, serene, quiet. I'll be aware of loud, obnoxious, and chaotic. I'll be aware of driving, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling. I'll be aware of how I'm thinking. All of these things are possible. They're all in brains. We just aren't directing people towards using it yet. So there's the sign off. Learn how to use your brain on purpose. It will be very, very helpful for your everyday, and it will lead to ultimately probably getting closer to what you want to be, whether you know it consciously or subconsciously. So there it is today.